Hello and welcome to Myra's Crafting Playground for 2026. This is my first video of the year outside of my Advent calendar. I do hope that you enjoyed that. I had a lot of fun doing it, some days more stressful than others, but you know, when it's done, I feel very rewarded, so I'm grateful for that. So I've kicked off the new year with my in-home classes, and I am using Cake Day set this month. This is January, and so, excuse me, a lot of my cards are featuring that set. I've had the pleasure of working with some other demonstrators who have shown me their love of this set, and I'll be sharing with that with you as we move along. So, but today's video is my own creation using the Cake Day set and the Fragrant Florals online exclusive set. So this background here that you see, this floral design, this square, is from the Fragrant Layers. The macarons, the candles, the label, that's all Cake Day. And the paper was from Modern Christmas in the last catalog. So I've just put together what I consider sort of an upscale, classy kind of card that is perfect for that special someone. So this was a card that I did in my class, and so I'm just going to quickly run through it. I'm not going to go into detail. I'm just going to show you some of the wonderful cards that we make in my classes, hoping that they'll come. So let's get started. I have all the pieces pre-cut, and I'm just going to whip through it and just show you how easy this is to do. So we'll go down to the table, and we have, I'll put my card where you can see it, and we'll just kind of go through. So I have everything that I need already cut out, so I'm just going to pop that out of the card base. This time I used the thick white cardstock just to give me a nice solid base, and I'm looking for my phone folder. Yeah, that's what I was going to say, my phone folder, but my bone folder, and it's downstairs where I had my class, so oh well. And as I start to do this, I realized my tape is downstairs as well, so just a moment while I reach over and grab some Stampin' Seal. All right, so let's put this together. So I did do an inside as well. I had an extra scrap, so I'm just going to grab those pieces and put them aside for now. So one of the macarons, there we go. So okay, let's start by getting rid of some of these layers. You know me and wanting to get rid of excess pieces. The less we have to deal with, the easier this is to figure out where we're at and what we need to do. So I'm just going to run the seal around the edge of the Designer Series paper. I say seal and I start thinking of my upcoming trip to the Galapagos, where I hope to be swimming with the seals. But anyway, okay, so there we've put together our first layers, and of course the card base is at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So our first layer is at 4 by 5 1/4, and our DSP is at 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, So when I laid that down, I was lining up here and here, because if you've got those lined up and that lined up, these two will fall into place. So just focus on two sides and you'll get it right every time. So there, our card base is put together. And actually, I might just put together my inside as well. Now, I have to say that if you're going to stamp a greeting, I would be inclined to stamp it before you put the inside of your card together, because that's a little tattered. I'm going to do it this way. Because if you make a boo-boo, or if it doesn't stamp well, then you're just wasting one piece of paper versus two. But I'm being gutsy, or I haven't decided what I want inside yet, so we're just doing it. And when it comes to that, I will properly be prepared. I know I did a card yesterday where I had totally finished the card and then decided that I wanted a greeting inside, and tried to stamp it, but the front of the card had bulk on it, it had layers, and so it didn't fall flat, and so anyway, I ended up having to put an inside in that card to cover my mistake and do it separately. So just a word to the wise. Okay, I'm just going to add this one strip down that one side, and I'll add the macaron. What do you say? I think the macaroon are the chocolates, and the macarons are the cookies. So, all right. So we have our inside sort of done, we have our outside sort of done, and I think this is a little bit off, but that's okay. We'll put our cookie there and we won't notice. So I still have one extra cookie for the middle. So when I'm putting them together, I will do that. So yeah, this set, the Cake Day bundle, comes with a cake, of course, but what really got me were all these macarons. And one other lady said, "Oh, it looks like a mustache." And I said, "Oh, it looks like a dollop of ice cream." So we were laughing over what everybody saw. It's almost like that psychological test where here's the ink splatter. You tell me what you see. So I saw ice cream and she saw mustaches. So I don't know what that says about either one of us, but it's funny. So when you cut the macaron, it actually cuts with a little split in it. So if I use white paper, you can see it actually has a split in it. And that's where you can take your icing, because that's really what it is, or filling, and you just pop it in there and push it up until the two ends of what she called the mustache. See how there's curls on the ends? They sort of grab at the end of the cookie and stop. And then you have that. Now, I like to put a bit of glue in there, but again, my glue is downstairs. Let's see, does this one? I do have assorted types of glue. Let's see if I can get this one to work quickly. I have some of my fabulous little glue pins. Aren't they lovely? This one had a bumblebee theme to it. So I'll just take the end off of that and get my glue going here. Well, it appears that we can. Isn't that great? It's a lot of fun. I have others as well. Such a nerd when it comes to that. Oh my goodness. My glasses. I don't need them for close. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get my glue in front of the mustache, aka blob of ice cream. So I'm just going to put a couple little dollops there and squish it together. Okay, and I'm going to put that on top. I'm going to have to clean that after. So let's do them all, because obviously I'm going to have to clean that after. So let's put this one under there as well. Let's take this out so it doesn't cause any bulk. So I've got 4 here all together that I'm putting together. And again, just getting that little mustache up into the crevice there and putting some glue under there. I mean, you could use a glue dot or what else would I? Some tape runner maybe, if you're a little bit more talented than I am there. Any adhesive really would work. Actually, what I did in one scenario was I actually just used a Stampin' Dimensional. Of course, as I think about it, that's downstairs as well. And I don't have, oh, maybe I have some within arm's reach here. Does anybody know a demonstrator who doesn't have all of multiples of any kind of tool that's out there in the marketplace? Not me. Okay, I'm going to let those dry. So I've just set them aside to dry while I go ahead and push out from this Fragrant Layers die all of these little extra pieces. So just being a little bit careful, because it is foil paper and sometimes you just don't know how it's going to respond. If it hasn't been cut through properly, I can feel a bit of stick on my fingers from that glue. But you know, January, so speaking of Cake Day, January is also a great month. I don't know if you purchased any of Stampin' Up's offerings for calendars or planners where, and I mean card planners, where you could actually, there was a box with I think 2 of them where you could make your cards for the people that you know you need to make cards for through the year, and have them all ready to go month by month, so that you're never caught without having a card ready for one of your friends or family. And I thought that was a great idea. I did buy the box, the planner. It really was a box, let's put it that way. It was a box with separators that you could list, like the dividers were month by month, and you could list the birthdays that you had coming up in that month. So it was sort of perpetual in that once the month was empty, you could create cards for the next year and be ready again. So I do have one, and I'm hoping to fill it with all the cards that I need for my friends and family for this year. And I'm not sure, but I might even have an extra kit if it's not available on the Stampin' Up website anymore. You can reach out to me to see if I have that kit available. When I do my stamp fairs, I often have kits available as a cash and carry item, so that's why I have some kits. But I'm just not sure if I have that one or not. I think I have one. That's it. I am so sorry. I should have pre-punched this. Here I am saying, oh, this is going to be a quick video. And now I've got the flower centers are not coming out. Come on. to be careful. Like I said, it's only the thin lines that are keeping this looking nice, and I would hate that one of my pushes is a little bit too assertive there and I end up ruining the foil. So, alright, just a couple more to go. Oh gosh, I should have done this in advance. Alright, come on. Oh, and if you hear a little bit of snarfling, here comes my pug, my craft room buddy. So see how the foil separated here? It's just kind of pulled away there, so let's just getting some scissors and giving it a little bit of a snip. And did I get the absolute lousiest scissors in my craft room? I think so. Alright, come on, let's get this done. Now we do have the tool where the die cut itsy bitsy piece remover, the brush that you just sort of run through it, but I didn't want to use it on the foil. I didn't want it to potentially mark the foil with any kind of brush lines, so I chose not to use it. But as I said, I probably should have done this off camera. So, but this is so pretty. Oh my goodness, I love this. It's great. I'm not super big on flowers. I mean, it's not that I don't like flowers. I love flowers. But I find that that's so readily available in the marketplace that it gets to a point where you have just too many flowers. Alright, so there we go, finally. Sorry about that. Little bit of a disaster there, but there it is. And I'm going to glue that together, and just using the black to emphasize the gold. So again, I'm going to use my glue, and you can see on the back where some of my foil didn't cut nicely, and I ended up with, let's see, there you go. It pulled the foil right off. So, alright, come on, little, whoops, ooh, that's no good. We are having all kinds of things going on here today. Alright, let's get some of this. I'm not going to squeeze this glue anymore. My goodness. It just really kind of started coming out. I'm not sure if my big head is in the way here. So another thing, this frame does not cut out the outer frame. So you'll notice the bottom on this one's a bit thinner than the top, and that's because I had to sort of make it even. Now if you end up with, so this glue will dry clear, so I'm not particularly concerned. But if you do end up with like glue smears on the gold, a baby wipe will easily take that away. Alright, that was my phone. So I'm just going to trim a little bit of this black off. I don't want this extra border here. Just going to give it a trim. right, so after much to do, here is our centerpiece. Okay, so now I'm going to pop that up, and of course this is where I need dimensionals that I don't have handy. Because they're all downstairs, so we'll open up a new pack. Yay! I don't know about you, but I have sometimes so many sheets of dimensionals on the go that it's like, oh my goodness. Okay, so let's just pop this up. Okay, and we're going to take off the covering. Put that in the center. So I'm going to angle it so that my thicker part is on top, and sort of look to see that I have the same number of lines from the pattern of the paper around it. And so I sort of have my center there. We have our Make-A-Wish stamp here. And let's see if we have some Memento black ink. I'm going to make sure I have it on the right side. Now I just inked up my stamp pads, and one of them inked well and one of them not so much. So I'm going to just test this just to see. It's a bit blotchy, so I'm just going to tap it lightly. Okay, for better or for worse, here we go. Not going to push hard at all because I don't want blotch, and I see blotch. Alright. Well, probably should have stamped off first on that one, but anyhow, that's okay. It's still readable, so we're going to use it. Alright, so now it's just putting the pieces together. So I have my candles, and I'm just going to dot some glue there. So my other glue is a fine tip glue versus this one, which isn't, which is causing me some of my grief, but okay, I'm just going to put 3 dollops there, and I'm going to pop this. You know what? I am going to add my macaroons first, my macarons, so that I know where I can push my candles behind. So I am going to pop them, 3 of them anyway. I'm going to pop the ones on the front. So we'll just add a dimensional on the back. And we're just going to pop them on our design. Just kind of willy-nilly. Do you know willy-nilly? So I will just put the 3rd one. Then I will take my candle. So I'm now looking for a pair of tweezers because I have glue on the back there. And I'm just going to pop him back here. And they do need a moment to stick. The foil does give it some grief about sticking, so I'll just put a block there. And in the meantime, I will get another candle. And add some glue. And pop it sort of in the middle. Oops. See what I mean? It just kind of jumps. Candles have momentum. They're just doing what they want to do. All right, my final candle here. I spaced them out a bit more. I'm not sure that I particularly love that, but that's okay. I want to have one behind each macaron, and I don't care about their height. I'm not interested in that. They can be higher, lower. Oh, stop. All right, we're going to give that a minute to set. So while that's happening, I will add, so my Make-A-Wish, it's going to hang off the end. So I need a dimensional on the end, but otherwise I just need a little bit of seal to get that to stay on top. All right. Whoops. That one is not set yet. All right. Just add this on. And a little bit of bling, and we're done. So these are the Gilded Gems. They may be out of the catalog, I'm not sure. And I'm just going to add a couple, always in threes, triangulate for the eye. So we'll put one up there. And I'm going to pop one. I'm going to put him here on this one. And this candle needs to stick a bit more. And there you have it. Another one ready to go. So as much as that was supposed to be quick, it took way longer than I thought, and I'm sorry about that. I should have pre-cut the, or pre-punched out all the foil. But I hope you enjoyed it. And that's day one of Cake Day. So we'll have some more later in the month. Thanks and have a great day.